Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Trekyards. I'm Captain Foley.
I'm Connor Cockins, and I'll say it. I've never said it before. We've got a new game. I've never really got to say that, but it made sense.
That's right. Today we're going to talk a little bit about our first reactions to Star Trek Resurgence, the trailer. I was actually doing my live first reaction breakdown. People were talking to me about it. Have you seen it? I'm like, no, I haven't. I'll check it out later. And I get a message from Samuel saying, new game! And it's set in the TNG era and so exciting, and don't talk about it right now on your live. So I mentioned it, of course, and talked about it for like 10 seconds. And then I checked it out right after the live, went on YouTube and watched it. And just watched it again now, before this. And yeah, I am excited. I'm getting feels from different video games, which we'll talk about a little bit. But yeah, what were your thoughts? When did you see this? Were you watching the Game Awards?
Yeah, and this will be sort of our first reaction, and we'll do a full breakdown live this week, because I definitely want to, and there's a lot of things here. They released it in 4K, so we can do proper zoom-ins, proper breakdowns. We'll go full in on this, guys, because this is really interesting. No, I had no idea it was coming. How could we? This was the reveal trailer. But we've been starved for video games. Because, okay, a mobile game is a video game, but the line is so drastically different to an Armada 2 or a Bridge Commander. Even Star Trek Online, it's very broad but not as detailed in the mini sense. You know, when you're used to things like Mass Effect, where you really inhabit a world, these games aren't satisfying that. And whereas in the early 2000s we had all of these games, and obviously for the time they're more impressive, but all these big games, and this is the first real new Trek game since the Into Darkness 2009 crossover with the Gorn, which obviously is JJ verse, and so therefore the excitement level is slightly lower than whatever. And so I saw some thinking, okay, how are they going to do Kelvin? Instantly I thought, okay, this is going to be a Discovery era, because they've done a couple of sort of side Discovery era things. And as soon as the guys in an EVA uniform, oh, what are they going to do here? And then the shuttle appears, I'm like, no, that's a correct shuttle. And at that point, my entire expectations changed to, oh, they're doing it right, are they? That's surprising. And I was really happy with this. There's a lot of nuance here, a lot of effort gone in, and it doesn't tell us anything, but it tells us a lot.
There's a shot where they're crouching behind crates and the crates gets blown away. Very similar to the Star Trek game, based on the 2009 movie. There's actually a scene where you gotta duck behind crates and stuff. There's an Elite Force, first-person shooter moments. There's a lot of really cool stuff in this. And it's also in an era where you got a Centaur class with a Type 6 shuttle, but you got post-Nemesis LCARs and stuff. There's a lot to break down with this, and we're going to get into that and during our live on this, so stay tuned, guys. Make sure you're subscribed and notified. But the thing that really got me was at the end where it says, coming spring 2022. It gave me an instant flashback, though, to Secret of Vulcan Fury. They had this amazing trailer for that, and they said, coming next year or whatever, and it just never came. So I'm like, oh my god, everything I just felt during that trailer, because even the music, the way it surges for that coming next spring, it just oh no. That being said, it's available for the PlayStation 4 and 5 and a whole bunch of other things,
everything.
Yeah, I'm super excited for it. Just I hope I actually get it.
I get that. That's a very fair comment, although that's a rare exception. Unless you're a Stargate fan.
That was back in the day. They wouldn't do that now without having a game finished by now. Kind of thing.
I mean, this looks extremely polished visually. They didn't normally a first reveal trailer is kind of all CG, which this isn't all CG. I mean, it is, but it's in-game CG, and you can tell it's story. It's very polished. It's very 1 minute. They showed a lot of sets, environments, locations, vibe, gameplay mechanics. This is a very, very far along development game, and you can tell, and that's really exciting. And yeah, I'm super thrilled by being post TNG, because they could go into this weird hyper future of sort of Star Trek Online future designs. But yes, the uniforms are where they are. But yeah, Centaur class, which is a super refreshing design to see. They're still using the old tech, the phasers, tricorders. That's all what we know. They can show new things and yet use old things, and clearly they're the fans of TNG. And this is the most vibrant era you can do post Dominion Wars in a sense, because then anything can happen, anyone can be in it, which we'll get to in a second. And even doing third person, I think, was a really smart decision, rather than an Elite Force style shooter, which is not what Trek's about. And Elite Force is an exception to they just did such a good job. It's wow, how did you? But the fact that it's a third person adventure game by the same team that did the Telltale games like Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, those are storytelling madmen in terms of quality, and it's a third-person game that is a lot. You don't do like it's very linear. They're very on rails, but it's living a true experience of story of polish. And so yes, you might be able to walk around your ship, but when you are told to go places, you're like really doing it. And I'm honestly very happy to have such a linear sort of thing, but with all that detail in it is exciting. And third person is great. You get to see a character, get to know them, get to see the tech isn't just pew pew. They got to rely on other dynamic things to do, not just shooting, which is not what Trek's about. So it kind of showed all the promise, honestly.
And I mean, one of the biggest reveals, obviously, is Spock at the end. Was that recorded specifically for this game before he passed away, or was this
sound alike
extra footage? Or
no, it's a sound alike. It's a impersonator. You can tell it's close, but it's not that close. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is, I mean,
you say so.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Which is kind of kind of don't normally do that, but it does mean he can be a real character. Because if they're trying to harken lines from whatever, but actually having Spock as a real character with real lines in a real integration way, an old Spock, boy, that's bold. I mean, seriously. And hey, great lines of Nimoy. Clearly Nimoy ain't no Quinto, ain't no a hybrid of Nimoy and Peck. That's pure. Because this isn't that long after unification, so he isn't in the '09 white hair. He's still got black hair. Like, he's not very far away from that. He's still fully there and fully ambassador. So it's a really good time to see him.
And the title Resurgence might be hinting at something as well. Like, what is this a resurgence of? Is this the conspiracy aliens from TNG coming back finally? And it's a continuation of that story. Like, there's a lot we could talk about with this, and we certainly will with the live we do. So yeah, there's a lot to break down in this. Lots of visuals and lots of cool stuff. So I'm excited to talk about it.
And there is even MSD. I mean, there is so much detail here, and I'm kind of glad it's the USS Resolute, not the USS Resurgence. It isn't, so they mean different things. That could have been just been it's the whatever. So I'm kind of happy about that. But no, yeah, this is absolutely a surprise. I mean, we've not expected Star Trek games ever. Like, they've beaten that into us of Star Trek games. It's a real game, Stuart. Hot damn.
So comment down below what you thought about this. Have you even seen it yet? If not, go check it out on YouTube. Star Trek Resurgence trailer, and you will be pleased, I think. And also, yeah, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell icon so you get notified when we do the live, which will probably be on Monday, tomorrow. And well, that's the plan anyway. We'll see. But make sure you're a member of the Facebook group as well, Trekyards Facebook group, because we always post our lives there. So even if you don't get notified from YouTube, you'll still get notified. So we want to talk to you guys about this and do a scene by scene, as we said. So that's what we do. Come and join Trekyards.
And if you want to support what we do here, PayPal, Patreon, join the channel, and even just liking the video, click that little button. It helps. Yeah, exactly. And yes, join us that live. And go watch the trailer and maybe comment on the trailer on any of the many sites, because that'll help analytics and algorithm and whatever. No, I'm excited. Good time, Stuart. And I guess we'll see you next time, guys. Until then, he is Captain Foley.
I am. And he's Commander Cockings.
I am.
He is. There you go.
Bye, guys.
And it's a good time to be a Star Trek fan. So
bye.
See you guys later.